Morning. Hi, this is Travis from the National Weather Service, and this is your weather hazard briefing for Saturday, August 31st. Looking at the current water vapor imagery, you can see that we have high pressure ridging over us and it's building. We'll bring some clear skies and overall light winds, although there will be some diurnal winds. And then you can see that there is a low off the coast here that's going to move up and over that ridge Sunday into Monday, particularly moving right over us on Monday, and that'll bring some increased winds on Sunday and as well as Monday, which Monday will be the breeziest. I'll show you all that here in a minute, as well as some really dry relative humidity. As of note, there is a Hurricane Dorian, off the coast here, the Atlantic coast, and you can see the track kind of moving here as far as the forecast. I have a better visual here showing that track and the timing of it as it moves across for those that have interest in this. Looking at again at the short-term model, GFS, it's showing the high-pressure ridging building over us by this afternoon, then becoming more of a southwest flow ahead of this low across the area. Breezy, dry conditions, particularly on Sunday, and then as that low moves across, it will continue to be very, very breezy, if not moderate winds, and then we'll have some continued dry conditions a lot down low, and then we have high pressure ridging that's going to build over us on Tuesday. Looking at the surface map, you can see that we have a high pressure over us, just mostly clear skies today. It's going to be a gorgeous day, just warming temperatures out of the system that will move across us again Monday morning, Monday afternoon really, and I'll show you the timing of that here in a second. And then as you look at our temperatures today, warmer than yesterday, a good 10 degrees above normal, 8 to 12 actually probably. And then as far as our min RH is concerned, we start to have some areas below critical conditions of 15%. You can see particularly in our southeast areas in the Snake River Plain. And then our wind gusts are not too bad, although they are a little bit breezy in the mountain ridge tops around 20. All across the area and across a little bit Arco Desert here in the 20 range as well, but below critical wind conditions. And then as we look into Sunday, you can see the high pressure ridging still continues over our area. Will be mostly clear skies and dry, but you can see that mostly dry cold front or trough that's going to approach us. That's going to increase our winds in the southwest flow. We do have a fire weather watch because of that, because it's also going to lower the relative humidities really significantly. And then with that increased winds, we're looking at potential red flag conditions for gusty winds and low RH. Here's our temperatures. This is going to really dry things out. You can see that's a good 15 degrees above normal. We'll see records across the area, pretty widespread. And then our relative humidity below 15%. So a lot of critical values almost everywhere, even in the mountains. And then as far as our wind gust, you can see quite breezy across the Snake River Plain, in particular, and as well as the Central Mountains. It is breezy elsewhere, particularly on ridge tops, but the biggest focus is going to be Snake River Plain, and particularly the Central Mountains. Haynes Index will kind of play into that too, widespread sixes, so that may play into additional areas becoming red flags as well, particularly these ones down in the south. May want to add additional ones as well, but right now these look to be the more likely ones that's highlighted. As far as our, again, just to reiterate the wind gust there for Sunday, and then Haynes Index on Sunday, and then as we go into Monday, you can see that this is early in the morning. This will move through by late afternoon, early evening. We'll bring some really gusty winds across our area. The relative humidity will increase, 3 to 6%, but still be below critical. Here's the fire weather watch, mainly Snake River Plain. Maybe need to look at 476 as well for that. It is quite breezy still, and maybe 413, but these look pretty solid across the Snake River Plain, like I said, and potentially 476 may need to be added. As far as our max temperatures, still above normal, 5 to 10 degrees above normal, but it's better than Sunday. And then our min RH, you can see there is some improvement, but there are quite a few areas still below the 15%. And then our wind gusts, again, the zone 476, and then the 410 and 425, and then even portions of 413 as well. But again, the min RHs do increase a little bit here for 413, but they may need to look at that. As we move into the long term, we have that high pressure ridging, as I mentioned on Tuesday, moving over area, bring overall light winds. But you can see as we move into Wednesday, we start to have some moisture come up from our south ahead of the next low. And then late Wednesday, particularly Thursday and early Friday morning, good precip chances. European models getting on board with this, although they're holding a lot of the precip to our north and a little bit over Bear Lake, so it's not as widespread. And then you can see this continues even as you go into Saturday, Sunday, with the low moving right over us. So the European has that a little bit farther north. So as a result, our 8 to 14 has a good chance of above normal. We don't have real good chances at the end of August for precip, but there is a chance of above normal to have precip over us. And then that concludes the brief. If you have any questions, give us a call at this number. Thanks.